Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo. And what I want to do today is I want to break down all the footage in regards to the Karmelo and Austin situation to give you a full breakdown of the events so that people can wake up to the magnitude of the problem. On social media, there is a very, very sick situation going on where Black influencers are going around making up stories, making up lies for clicks, for views in order to get money. They have no regard for the life that was lost. They don't care about facts. And what we have is a very bad problem. So it's my hope that through this particular live of me breaking down this footage is that people will wake up to the reality of what's going on, because as a man who speaks the truth, right, it's like we're not being heard by the general public. Even those of you that frequent my platform, even you're not helping. Even those of you that are in the live chat right now, you don't help. Because when we put out this truth, we need for you folks to share the videos, but you don't. You watch. It's sort of like when there's an accident, a car accident. You drive by, you slow down, you're being nosy, you're looking, but you don't get out your car to help. You don't care, but you want to look. That's the same way it is on social media. You guys will see me put out this truth, know that I'm telling the truth, but you don't share the videos. You don't get out the car to help. I'm doing all the work, and the people are not hearing the messages. So the messages are falling on the same ears every day. I'm tired of seeing the same people show up to these lives. Same people every day. And the very people that show up, they don't support the work or share the work or hit the like button. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But when it comes to the people that lie, you guys watch their platforms. You guys hit the like buttons. You guys share their lies with everybody. You go to other people and you tell them, hey, you got to watch this video by this YouTuber, and it's a lie. And it's almost like, what's the point of putting out content that's going to wake up the masses if the people are not doing their job to support that work? Do you understand? So I'm trying to find the right audience, the audience that is intelligent, an audience that understand my time, my value, that understand what truth mean. Because it seems like in the Black community, they support killers. They support violence, criminals. They don't want to hear the truth. There's no accountability, and it's sick. Karmelo is a killer. And rather than the Black community hold this animal accountable, they are saying to free Karmelo. So what I want you guys to think about during this live is truth. So now, what I want to do is I want to show you something. This right here is a photo from one of the exhibits of the information that was showed to the jury. You see the ambulance, you see the tent. Now the tent was in the upper portion of the bleachers. They put it down there because it was raining. Austin's body was brought to the bottom part where you see those folks basically taking care of business, working on him. At this moment, Karmelo ran like a coward after killing a young man. The Black community don't care. They don't care because he's white. In other words, white people that get killed, blacks don't care. But we're the first to say Black Lives Matter. We're the first to cry racism. But when a black man murders someone, we don't hold that individual accountable. This kid died in the rain while the rain was pouring on him, washing his blood onto the tracks. Onto the track, the blood flowed, while Karmelo ran like a coward. Do you understand? Not only was Austin Metcalf stabbed to death, but when he was stabbed, he fell down the bleachers. Look at how the bleachers are. Look at how they're slanted. I want you to understand this. Do you understand? Imagine getting stabbed, because the bleachers where you see all the book bags and stuff right there, that's where everybody was sitting. Notice you see everybody's cell phones sitting around, drinks. This is how it was. That tent, that canopy was pretty much over everyone. You understand? So when you have YouTubers claiming that, oh, they were all fighting, they were all beating up Karmelo, all of that is a lie. At no point in any police record will you find Karmelo saying I was jumped by a multitude of men. All of these things are lies that YouTubers publish in order to get a check. They don't care about life or death. They care about money. Ringo TV is the only platform on social media that's airing out the truth, breaking it down for the people so they can understand the real. Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death. A kid that had his whole life ahead of him. A kid that was an athlete. And for whatever reason, he asked Karmelo to leave because that is a team's area. And he asked him to leave. And many witnesses testified this in court. And for some reason, the black community still don't accept that. Instead, they're making excuses for a killer. And this is sad. As you can see, they are working on Austin Metcalf, but notice the canopy thing is at the top. You see that? That was the team's area. All the people that were there were a team. Karmelo did not belong there. When someone asks you to leave an area where a team reside, the logical thing to do as a man is to leave. But Karmelo was on a different frequency. Karmelo had a weapon. Karmelo had a knife. And Karmelo wanted blood, to the point where he told Austin, touch me and see what happened. Does that sound like self-defense to you? No. That sounds like a threat. When you tell a man, touch me and see what happened, what you basically said is, I'm not moving. And if you put your hands on me, I'm going to show you why you would make a bad mistake by doing that. So when people claim that Karmelo was defending himself, Karmelo was not defending himself. Karmelo is a killer. Do you understand? A killer. And he did what killers do, bring weapons to sporting events where there's families and kids. We know that Karmelo had no cleats in his book bag because I showed you guys in a previous live stream where we looked at all of the evidence in terms of his book bag. His book bag had chips, his car keys, and various other miscellaneous items, including his knife. He was not set to be a part of any event. He was just there. A demon, a killer who came there with the intent to use that weapon. And Austin came there to do his job. And he ended up dead. Not even 5 to 6 minutes of entering the stadium, Austin lost his life. Not even 10 minutes at the stadium and he was dead. He didn't know he was going to die that day. He didn't know that he was going to die in the rain. He didn't know that he would die under his own tent, where his teammates watched them bleed out and watch Karmelo run. Not a man who was standing his ground claiming self-defense. Why would you run? Why would you run and hide? Why would you leave your murder weapon if it's self-defense? You see, it was never self-defense. It was cold-blooded murder, premeditated murder. That is what it was. Because when you tell a man, touch me and see what happens, you're telling them what you plan on doing. Karmelo already saw himself using a knife. That's premeditated. He thought about it. Rather than walking away, rather than humbling himself, he decided to stand there and threaten to use a weapon. And rather than him use his hands, when Austin put his hands on him, he went out like a coward and used a knife. And now Karmelo is not going to see the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, the highly anticipated Rockstar video game that we're all waiting for. Karmelo is going to be behind bars when we go pick up that game. And while we're enjoying our time on all the wonderful missions of GTA 6, Karmelo is going to be in his own mission in prison because he didn't use his brains. Many of you said that Karmelo's a smart kid, but I disagree. Karmelo was not a smart kid. He was violent. He was evil, and his parents raised him wrong, because if they raised a good kid, he wouldn't be walking around with a knife at a sporting event. Do you understand? Now, if there were metal detectors, this would have been caught at the door and this tragedy would have been prevented. And I can guarantee you that now, that stadium area, I can guarantee you, for any of you that might live out there, if you did your own research, I can guarantee you they are going to install metal detectors and all sorts of things in order to prevent these type of tragedies. And guys, don't expect black people to use their brains when it comes to this kind of content, because they have a tribal mindset of violence. They don't care about truth. They have no morals, no ethics, no empathy for the family of Austin Metcalf. All they care about is the fact that Karmelo's innocent in their eyes. You got YouTubers going around saying that Karmelo didn't even stab Austin. That's what they're saying. You got YouTubers spreading lies, trying to claim that Austin was a bully, that him and his brother were two bullies, and they were known bullies. All of these things are lies. None of you know that family. None of you know these kids. None of you. You're just a bunch of racists who hate white people. You have a get back mentality, a victimhood mentality, a slave mentality. You don't care about black on black crime. You don't care about the drugs that are in your communities, the gangs. You don't care about that. None of you hypocrites would come outside and face the gang violence in your own community. You would never speak about the thugs that kill innocent people. You would never confront the violence in your own community. But when it comes to this case, you all gather together like a gang, a mob of animals who come to social media reveling in your sin and your evil. And this is why the black community will remain on the bottom, and nobody will respect us as a people, because we are militant and violent. And we don't know how to settle for the truth. Instead, we defend killers. Rather than the black community hold Karmelo Anthony accountable, we're busy trying our best to free him. You think because Karmelo have a team of attorneys focusing on the case that they're going to get him off? No, they're not. Because there's nothing there. They're just promoting themselves. It is a sick situation that people can't see the truth. A young man is dead, and the black community is laughing. The black community don't care. They don't even care. It is a shame to be a black American in this situation. That I got to come to social media to make sense of a situation that is so easy to understand. The black community don't even know what self-defense mean. They don't even know what a jury of your peers mean. If Karmelo Anthony murdered your son, would you be fighting for him? Would you be claiming that he was in the right to kill your son? If you're black, if you're a black mother, a black father, and Karmelo stabbed your son to death because your son asked him to leave a tent and decided to put his hands on your son, would you side with Karmelo and say Karmelo did the right thing to kill your fucking son? Would you side with Karmelo? I don't think you would. I don't think you would side with Karmelo. I think you would want Karmelo to serve time in prison for killing your child. But because the child is white, the black community don't care. What a shame. And this is why people of the other nations don't care about you. And they have a very, very good reason. Because when it comes to justice, we as a people don't know what justice means. We don't. We fight to protect killers. This young kid fell from the bleachers in the hands of his friends, and they had to treat him at the bottom of the bleachers while he's bleeding out and the rain is falling. Everybody's panicking. You got YouTubers claiming there was this big scuffle. Everybody was fighting. Karmelo didn't do it. Karmelo didn't do it. Well, then why did Karmelo run and tell the police that he did it? Karmelo said, it is not alleged. I did it. Then Karmelo said, I told him not to touch me, but he touched me. This is what Karmelo said, guys.
He put his hands on me.
That's what he said.
I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Do you understand? That's Karmelo. That's the cry of guilt. That is the cry of vengeance. That is the cry of a young man who murdered someone and realized he made a grave error. Even down to the point where Karmelo asked the officer while in the car, is he going to be all right? Is he going to be all right? Why would a man that is standing his ground claiming self-defense ask an officer if he's going to be all right? That is because Karmelo knew that if Austin died, his life will change forever. At no point did Karmelo tell the cop, hey, I did what I did in self-defense. Nope. That self-defense claim came after the arrest. Once him and his family hooked up with that Alexandra guy, that's when they started to play the card of self-defense, which don't stand. Because in order for something to be self-defense, you would have to be met with impediment death. Austin would have had to have a weapon, a knife, something that Karmelo would have felt that his life was in danger. But his life was not in danger at all. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to break down this footage for you because there's so many lies on social media, so much misinformation that I cannot sit back and watch this lie anymore. It's too much. So I want to break down everything for you so you can all understand the truth. So you no longer walk around being deceived, because there's a lot of race hustlers on YouTube that post videos every day, racking up the views, racking up the money. All they care about is that check. That check is their motivation. The truth is not. I'm the only one on social media that speak the truth. The only one. Nobody else is speaking this truth. So I'm alone in this fight. Alone. And I'm searching for the audience that cares about the truth. Not these violent race hustlers, these violent supporters of killers and criminals from the black community, these YouTube grifters that are using Karmelo for money's sake, who don't care about the family of Austin Metcalf, who spread nothing but lies about the young man being a bully. And his father, they claim that the father's a racist. The father is hurting. The father lost a son. And you damn bastards are on social media slandering his family, mocking his family while they're grieving. Let it have been your son that died. You would be angry with everyone. Metcalf Sr. have every right to be angry. He have every right to say whatever he feels because he's been through a lot. So, that being said, guys, let's break down this footage so I can show you guys exactly what's going on. Because the footage has been distorted by YouTubers. I'm going to show you everything so that you can see the timeline of events. Because Karmelo Anthony wasn't even supposed to be at that stadium. Why did he even go? Why did he enter? He wasn't participating. So why was he there? He didn't have no shoes. He wasn't in any clothing to compete. Why was he even there? Let's roll the tape. So as we roll the tape, guys, we see Karmelo coming into the stadium by himself, not with a group, by himself. Now, who sent Karmelo there? The devil. The devil sent Karmelo to kill Austin Metcalf. Austin did not know that the devil had plans for him that day. As you can see, Karmelo taking his stroll while the devil programmed him to kill. An walking NPC. That's how the devil be, guys. A lot of you live your life and you don't know. You be in the supermarkets and you just be walking around shopping, and there's always an NPC, a demon with no purpose with their life. Why did Karmelo go that way? Because the devil was already leading him to kill. That's why he was going that way. He could have went the other way. But the devil had plans that day for that knife. Now, at this point, we see Austin Metcalf coming in. You can see that he has a black friend with him. You can clearly see one of his buddies is black. YouTubers went around and said that Karmelo was the only black guy under that tent. That's a lie. Austin Metcalf had black friends. Black students attended that school. But they wanted to paint him out to be a racist, a bully. Look at him walking in, ready to go. You know, that's his thing. You see his brother Hunter coming in with his buddy, and they coming in. They're entering in. You see black students right there. You see that? So black students attended this event. Black students attended the school. But for some reason, nobody wants to focus on these things. So as they proceed to walk, guys, we see the camera spin again. Notice you have Hunter walking with his buddy. At this point, Austin is in the front with his crew. As the tape play, you can see them moving forward. They're moving into the stadium area as they're walking further. Notice the rain. You can see the rain, but watch this. You see how they're starting to run? They're not running because they're going to the canopy to attack Karmelo. Let me rewind it back. Notice the raindrops, guys. Notice the rain is starting to get heavy. The rain is starting to pick up. And you're going to see the men start to run. Why? Who wants to walk in heavy rain? They're trying to get to their tent. Do you see that? So now they're running down, going towards the area where the tent is. As we zoom all the way in, only exclusive on Ringo TV will you get this content. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Now, as you can see, let me see if I could do this real quick. All right, let me pause right there. In the perfect middle of the screen, you see 3 characters. 3 characters are there. Let me see if I could do this. Right here, this area, that is Austin, the black kid, and the other kid that is with Austin. Keep your eye on them because we just saw them cross the street, entering into the stadium area. I'm giving you a timeline of as they are in motion. You see them coming in. That is them walking. Now, as they walk, you can see Hunter coming in. Now, keep your eye on them. You're going to see Hunter start to run because remember, we saw that area where Hunter started to run. Now watch this. You're going to see Hunter running. You see him running because the rain is coming down. Not because they're trying to go attack Karmelo Anthony as these lying YouTubers were putting out. You know? Notice you have demons in the live chat saying, who cares, bro? Do you see the racism, guys? Do you see the hate, the evil? And to have a name called True Talk, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, as the tape play, guys, you see Austin, his buddies, Hunter, they're all walking to their area because they're trying to get out of the rain, not because they have a mission, because they want to attack Karmelo. No, this is their thing. This is why they're here for. It's their team. It's their day. Now, you see the man going into the tent. You can see him go into the tent and he sits down. Nobody's fighting with Karmelo. No. Again, we see them coming up, walking to their designated area. This is where they belong. This is their spot, their team. He goes up. Watch, he's on the bleacher. Watch him sit down. Comes in, sits down. The other guys come up. They're finding a space to do their thing. So while the guys are there chilling, talking amongst themselves, they notice Karmelo. And when they notice Karmelo, they're like, wait a minute. He don't belong here. Why is he here? Bro, you don't belong here, dude. What do you mean? I don't gotta go. I'm gonna stay right here. Buddy, nah. This is our team. Like, this is where we supposed to be at. You don't supposed to be here, bud. Could you like leave, please? Nah, I don't want to leave. Bro. Yo, bro, could you leave, man? The man asks you to leave. At this point, everybody's asking him to leave. But he don't want to leave. Because in his mind, he don't have to. Now, I'm speeding the video up, guys, so you can get to the point where the stabbing took place. Now, keep in mind, all of these students, they're there to have fun, to compete, to watch the competition. Nobody's there with a mindset to kill other than Karmelo Anthony. Carmelo's the only one there with a knife ready to kill. At this point, the action will begin. The team is being frustrated. Karmelo is talking a lot of crap. And at this point, they're like, look, man, you got to go. You can't stay here, bud. You can't. You got to go, man. There's other spots you can chill at. You don't got to chill with us, man. We're not even cool with you. We don't even know you. Keep in mind, Austin don't know Karmelo. Karmelo don't know Austin. You see? None of these people know each other. But YouTubers are going around saying that everybody in the tent was gathered around him and they were all fighting him and they were all beating him up. Let me pause the video. Now, I want you guys to understand something. When it comes to the case of Karmelo versus Anthony, in the police report, at no point did Karmelo say I was jumped by anyone. But you have these stupid people that keep talking about Karmelo was jumped, he was attacked, he was beat up, they all ganged up on him, they were throwing punches. But with all of that talk, what we have here on the screen, guys, is the actual arrest photo of Karmelo. That's his face. Karmelo was never punched by nobody. What you see in his eyes is a guilty man who is saddened that his whole life is destroyed. And again, Karmelo will not be around for the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. Shout out to the person who pointed that out in my live stream. I literally bust out laughing because it's true. To murder someone and miss the release of GTA 6 is horrific, to say the least, for us gamers. And Karmelo will be behind bars forever. Because at this point, I don't see him ever leaving prison. Because to be there for 35 years, he will have to join a gang. He will have to commit violence. And being that he already tastes blood and know what it's like to stab somebody, he will be recruited in a gang to execute stabbings in prisons. So as you look at his face, Karmelo have no cuts, no abrasions, no bruising, nothing. Karmelo was never touched. Karmelo was never punched by Austin. Austin never punched Karmelo, never did anything. He was pushed in an attempt to make him leave the canopy area. And what did Karmelo do? Karmelo said, touch me and see what happens. Does that sound like a man that was fearing for his life? On The View, you had some woman, I don't know her name, but you had some woman defending Karmelo. We're going to do a video about that. Talking about, oh, Karmelo weighed a little bit of weight and Austin had 200 pounds. Karmelo told Austin, touch me and see what happens. Does that sound like a man who is scared? Does that sound like a man who is afraid of his life? No, he wasn't afraid. But notice, guys, the scoffers that are in the live chat. I don't think you guys understand what Karmelo Anthony is going to endure in prison. Karmelo is going to be Jello in prison. Do you understand that? He's done. He's going to have to fight to stay alive in prison because not even black people will protect him in prison. Now, when it comes to the tape, let's get back to that. Let me make this thing smaller again because clearly Karmelo was not jumped by no one. That is a lie that these social media influencers are doing to get YouTube checks by keeping dumbass people engaged in their videos long enough so they could get watch time hours to earn money. They really don't care about the truth, so they lie. And they know there's a lot of mindless so-called black folk who are NPCs and lunatics who continue to say free Karmelo. Karmelo is going to be a bitch in prison. Try to free that. Karmelo is going to get his just due in prison for his acts of murder. That's why they send people to prison, so that they can suffer the consequences. And it's sad that the black community is defending a killer, but if Karmelo killed your brother, would you say free Karmelo? To all of you racist blacks and you hateful whites who side with Karmelo, if Karmelo killed your mother and stabbed her in the heart, would you be saying free Karmelo? If Karmelo stabbed your mother because your mother pushed Karmelo, would you be defending Karmelo saying free Karmelo? Would you? See, none of you can answer the question because you're a fucking hypocrite and a hateful racist. That's what you are. So you continue to do the same thing by running your mouth like an NPC. Karmelo's in prison, so there's nothing you can do to free him. And none of you are sending any money to protect him. How many of you that are saying free Karmelo are sending money to put on his books? How many of you are going to visit Karmelo? None of you. Just a bunch of robot NPCs that repeat what you hear on social media. Hypocrites. Now, let's get back to the tape. As you can see here, at this point, it's getting real. Austin is telling Karmelo to leave the tent. Nobody is jumping. Karmelo, people are sitting down. Remember, guys, this is how the bleachers look. Do you see that? Nobody is standing up in that position. Nobody would be standing up under those circumstances. You would fall down those damn bleachers because it's dangerous. Do you see that? So when we think about the area, this is how it was set up. I don't know which placement where Karmelo was at, but he was most likely in the back area. Why do I say that? Because the proof is right there. The bag. Do you see the bag on the far right? That's Karmelo's bag. That's right. That's the bag that Karmelo carried. Karmelo was in the back of the bus. That's where he was at. That's where the push took place, and he ran up the bleachers. That's how he had such easy access to run upward. He wasn't in the middle being surrounded like all these lying YouTubers been lying to you, saying that Karmelo was jumped. He had everybody around him. Absolutely sick. And guys, again, if you notice the comments in the live chat, all of those people are paid agents. This is another thing that we're going to have to talk about in videos, guys. There is a conspired situation where a lot of blacks from militant hate groups have paid crisis actors to come to social media to lie because they're trying to bring about a race war. And there's a lot of people within the black sector who are putting together these groups to try to recruit a lot of militant black youth to be a part of this army, to the point where a lot of blacks are going around attacking white people, and now the FBI is in on it. The FBI is now investigating criminals that are going around attacking people. Let me see if I can find this for you guys so I can put it on the screen. Let me see. Woman arrested in attack on white woman over Karmelo. Let me show you what these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful black folk are doing, guys, so we can put this all together. Let me see if I can get the images up so you can see exactly what's happening, because they had released her photo, and I'm going to put this on the screen for you so you guys can see it. Okay. This is one. Let's get this other one here. Let me get a clear one. It's like some of these photos is blurry, but nonetheless, who cares? Let's just get this thing on the screen so we can show the people the truth. Because we live in a time right now, guys, where truth is laughed at. The black community hates the truth, guys. And it's really sick because we're embarrassing ourselves on social media. But now, watch this. Let me put this on the screen. This person here, right? This person here is violent. She is responsible for the attack on a woman, basically saying free Karmelo. Bar assaults lead to arrest in Longview, and the FBI is now investigating social media to try to figure out who is responsible for putting together and putting these batteries in these blacks' mindsets to go out here attacking people. You got blacks going around saying you were on the jury, and they're attacking white people now because influencers on YouTube are putting batteries in the backs of the youth to commit crimes. This is what black people is doing. Do you understand? So now let's get back to the video, guys, because again, blacks will never take accountability for their own because in their mind, it's all good until somebody get unalive. Now, let's get back to this. And again, only blacks will say, I'm corny, I'm this, I'm that, but you're watching me. Of course I'm corny because I'm not a ninja like you. You're a ghetto ninja. You have the mind of an animal. That's what you have. You have the mind of a killer. Killers support killers. Do you understand? Killers support killers. I'm speaking the truth, but you hate it. Because the only reason why you're defending Karmelo is because he's black. You're not defending Karmelo because he's innocent. He's been found guilty. Murder weapon, confession. He made a threat to kill. And the black community still is in denial. Pure hypocrisy. We're evil. And God is punishing us. And we're at the fucking bottom. And no other race on the planet respects us. And I'm a black man speaking this truth. You know why? Because I have dignity and honor, unlike the black community that is a fucking disgrace. Walking around defending a killer who murdered someone. And yet when I ask you the simple question, if Karmelo murdered your mother, would you be defending him? Nobody can answer the question. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because the only reason why they're defending Karmelo is because he's black. Imagine living around these animals. Imagine living around a people that defend killers. Imagine that. And you wondering why white folk don't want to live around you. You wondering why Asian folk don't want to live around you. You wondering why everybody don't want to live around you. It's because of violence, drugs, stuff like this. Imagine living around a neighbor that their kid murdered somebody and the black people in the community are defending the killer rather than supporting the victim, rather than showing love and empathy, compassion. They're supporting the killer. Up to now, Karmelo's family have not offered an apology of any sort to the Metcalf family. Up to now, Anthony's family have not even met them to say, look, we're sorry for what happened to your son. That just goes to show the mentality of that family, that they have no honor, none. Instead, they played the race card and they got all these hypocrites on board defending a killer. Absolutely sick. And we in the black community support this. We support killers now. That's how it's going down. Killers? No, Austin was a good kid. Austin was smart. Austin was not a bully. Austin was a kid like any other kid. Nobody's perfect. All of us in our youth did things, act up here and there. That's normal. But to have a knife plunged in his heart to end his life over a push, That would make Carmelo Anthony a coward because he couldn't stand his ground like a man. So he pulled out a knife like a coward. And now he got to defend himself in prison against grown men. He thought he was afraid. Oh no. Oh no. At no point did Carmelo says, I was afraid for my life. Ah! Nope. He told Austin, touch me and see what happens. Because Carmelo knew he had a knife on him. Carmelo knew there was a knife in his bag. That's why Carmelo did not want to move. Do you understand? Absolutely sick, fam. Shout out to Carlos for the $5 support. Says, Ringo, salute. These Carmelo supporters are really remedial. It's all emotional response, no logic. Bet money they don't know who Colin Kirsten Wiley is. They don't know anything because they're not educated, and most of them didn't graduate high school. What we're looking at when we look at the live chat, guys, is a tribal, animalistic mindset from the black community. Just like all those black folks that was protesting outside the courtroom when they got the verdict in, I know y'all felt like a piece of shit when that verdict came down and you found out that Carmelo got 35 years. Your heart stopped. And I know you felt pain. You understand? Imagine standing outside a courtroom, cheering on and praising a killer. A killer, not because he's innocent, but you're doing it because he's black. That's the mindset of our people. They're sick. They got mental problems. It's crazy how social media is bombarded with this tribal mindset of brainless NPCs walking around supporting a killer when a kid was murdered. Absolutely sick. And I pray that nobody in your family dies anytime soon, because I guarantee you, if a black man take the life of any one of you so-called ninjas' family, you ain't gonna be online talking about free the killer. You're gonna want justice for your family member. Now, let's get back to the content. Hit the like button. Let's go. So, here comes the wonderful, wonderful push, guys. The wonderful push. You see the push? You see that? Carmelo run to the top. Why? Because he was already at the top. Carmelo was already at the top, guys, just like I showed you in this photo, because there's his book bag. Carmelo stabbed Austin once Austin put his hand on him. No threat of death, no threat of violence. Carmelo was not losing his life. His life was not going to end. But because of a push, Carmelo pulled out a knife and stabbed him in front of all these witnesses. Not only did he stab him in front of the team that was there, but also the other tent that was on the right side. They also saw the mayhem and chaos. Everybody witnessed this stabbing. And still, the black community sides with Carmelo because he's black. Watch again. You see, after he did the crime, he runs up the bleachers like a bitch. Look again. Push, stab. A push. And now, watch this. Everybody that's on YouTube that's making videos said that everybody was in the tent fighting. That's a lie. Somebody just got stabbed. Somebody's bleeding. They're all in shock. They're like, what the heck? And at this point, Austin fell down, guys. Austin fell down the bleachers. Did y'all know that? Those bleachers, Austin fell backwards down the bleachers. Austin fell. Not only did he get stabbed in the heart, bleeding, in pain and agony, he fell backwards down the bleachers, practically bust his head, possibly broke his back, and everybody was in shock. Look at the footage. because a lot of people are playing dumb. Everybody's seating. Push, stab. At this point, Austin falls backwards down the damn bleachers. Notice the bleachers is empty at this point. Bleachers is empty. He fell backwards, down, hurting himself even more. I tell you guys, it is absolutely horrible how the black community responded to such a criminal activity. It's just sick. Absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And yet, the black community, listen, if I'm in any sort of trouble, I don't want black people around because you folks lie every day. You folks cannot tell the truth. You folks disregard facts. You folks are evil because throughout this entire case, you guys ignore the facts. You ignore the truth. I don't want you folks around me, bruh. Like, you're evil. Like, seriously. You wondering why black people were cursed by God. It's because of this. Evil. Sin. We're evil. You wondering why we were put in slavery for 400 years. You're wondering why it's written of in the Bible, because we're evil. Very, very sinful. We're the same people when the Messiah was brought before the Romans. We're the same people who said free Barabbas. We were saying free Barabbas. It's no wonder you're saying free Karmelo. It's the same mindset. The same mindset. When Jesus Christ was brought before the courts of the Romans to be judged, and they asked the people, who do you want us to free? Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, or Barabbas? The people said, free Barabbas. Even though Barabbas was a killer, a demon, a monster who should never be freed into the public, the people were so evil, they said free Barabbas rather than the Messiah, who never killed nobody, who never wronged nobody. The black community said free Barabbas. He's our brother. That's what they did. Absolutely sick. That's how sick the community is. And right now on social media, a lot of you black folk are frequenting platforms where people are lying all day. YouTubers that are black are spreading lies to earn money. None of these YouTubers have sent any money to Karmelo's family till this day. None of them put money on Karmelo's books. None of them visit Karmelo. None of them tried to interview Karmelo's family. Nothing. It's all a money grab from the grifters. They're all demons. Grifters. So now, let's get back to the footage to break this thing down. So again, we see the tent. We see the push about to come in. Here comes the push. Boom. Stab. That's how fast it was. Karmelo runs to the top. Why? Because he realized what he did. He's like, oh my goodness. Now, does that look like a man that's being jumped? Think about this, guys. I want you to think about this. Think about this. Look how fast this was. Karmelo's under the tent. Look at this. Push, stab. He runs up. Tell me, when was Karmelo jumped? But you got these fucking YouTubers telling you that Karmelo was jumped. They ganged up on him. They beat him up. Does that look like a man that's being jumped? Does that look like a man that's being jumped? No. Everybody's at the bottom. Nobody ran up there to grab him. No. They're all in shock because they couldn't believe what just took place. Again, look at how fast this happened. Look how fast this happened. Watch this. Here it comes. Keep your eye in that tent. Push. Stab. Run up to the top. That's how fast. Nobody was jumping, ganging on, beating up Karmelo. So any YouTuber that you heard this from, just unsubscribe from them because they're lying. They're grifting. They don't care about nothing. They care about money. So Karmelo's at the top. Nobody chased him at the top. He runs, flying down the bleachers. You see him running? Now watch this, guys. Watch this. These are the bleachers that he ran down. He jumped down and ran down these bleachers, even though they're wet. He ran down them like a coward. He didn't stay. He didn't stay and wait and say, well, that was self-defense, you know. I'm going to stay right here and wait for the police because I was just defending myself because, no, he ran. You see that? He ran down the bleachers to escape like a criminal. Look at him run. He was running faster than the track and field guys. Look how fast he running. And notice, everybody that's pointing him out, they weren't running after him because they're beating him up. They're pointing him out. They're saying he stabbed somebody. He stabbed somebody. He's a killer. Look, they're pointing him out. Because he already dropped his weapon. He left his weapon back there, guys. The knife with blood on it was left in the back. You see that? Notice Karmelo trying to be nonchalant, trying to walk. Nah, fam. At this point, everybody's running in panic because a student just lost his life. A student just died, guys. You see that? Notice Karmelo walking back with a coach. Now watch this, gang. He's walking by himself at this point. He's confused. He just murdered somebody. The coach come back, walking with Karmelo because he's like, what happened? What happened? What the heck are you doing? What did you do? It would have been wonderful to have that audio. It would have been wonderful to hear what he had to say. Because I can guarantee you guys, that coach, everybody was in court. Everybody was in court to testify because there's some things that coach know. Now watch this, gang. Watch this. They walking back to the scene. Now at this point, they're trying to get Austin taken care of. Notice the tent is empty. Everybody's at the bottom trying to help Austin because he's bleeding out. Again, when you look back at the photos, they brought him all the way down because he fell from the top bleacher to the bottom. That's what happened. You know? And they tried to service him and render aid. They weren't medical professionals, but they try to do as much as they can to help the kid. You see? So now, let's get back to the tape. As you can see, let's see what we got here. The coach took him back to see. And it was horrible that he had to move him away. Look at this. He walked him away like, oh my goodness, because remember, the coach didn't even see. That was the coach's first time seeing. When he brought Karmelo back to the spot, they couldn't, but the coach was in shock. The coach probably wanted to vomit. The amount of blood that Austin lost, guys, was horrible. His chest was open up. He had a hole in his chest. And I can't show the wound because of YouTube's guidelines. And I know that the YouTube police are watching me while I'm streaming. Trust me, I follow the rules. I'm not going to show any photo. At the same time, guys, I can talk about it. The stab wound on Austin Metcalf was gruesome. Very, very graphic. You could see inside of his flesh. Karmelo stabbed him and turned that knife and pulled it out and ripped everything out with it. Horrible. Only the devil can put that thought on Karmelo's mind. Only the devil can do that. So now let's play the tape. Coach is walking away with Karmelo at this point like, look, man, you're done. Your life is over. Notice the people at the bottom. Now watch this, gang. Watch this. Let me add this into the video so I can add more value to the content, because I'm trying to give you guys a visual of the nightmare of that day, the horrible nature of what took place. So let me get this for you guys, so you guys can be on the same page of where we all are. Let's listen to this phone call.
10:02.
Let me put this on so that the viewers can hear the nightmare of what people had to endure as his teammates tried to render aid. Let's listen.
a.m. 19nd April 2025.
Personnel 1, what's the location of the emergency?
I need paramedics at Kirkendall Stadium right away.
Okay, what's going on?
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
He was stabbed?
Yes.
Okay,
In his
where's the
chest.
person who stabbed him?
I don't know.
Okay, where in the stadium is he?
We are on the visitor side bleachers. We have Army veteran that's trying to keep compression on the wound.
Okay. Are you with him now?
He is laying here.
How old is he?
Starting to go unconscious.
How old is he?
High school age, so maybe 15, 16, 17.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, he's going unconscious.
Okay. Is he breathing?
Not right now.
Breathing.
No, he's not.
He's not breathing at all?
No.
Okay, where was he stabbed
Hey.
at?
In his chest.
Okay. I've got them coming, okay? Stay on the phone with me, all
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Okay. I'm here.
Is the assailant still nearby?
Notice how they're all saying, "Stay with me, Austin." His buddies are there. The phone calls is going out. A lot of 911 calls were made.
Bye.
Stay with me, Austin.
Hey,
Is he
sir,
breathing? Yes, ma'am.
is the assailant still nearby?
Is what nearby?
The assailant, the person who stabbed him.
We have no idea.
Okay.
Everybody took off sprinting afterwards.
Okay, is there any
were some
serious-
students-
Notice he said, "We don't even know who he is." Everybody took off running after him because they were trying to point out. He tried to escape. Listen, Karmelo tried to run back to his car. Karmelo tried to get away, and he forgot his car keys because the car keys was in his backpack.
Brown that probably would know.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of blood. He's not
Okay.
breathing.
He's losing a lot of blood. He's not breathing. Austin Metcalf was dead in the rain.
Okay. Did anyone see what he looked like at all?
The assailant, I'm sure that some students know, but everybody has been
Okay.
removed from the scene.
Okay.
Everybody saw him. Those are all witnesses, but yet you got YouTubers online saying that Karmelo didn't kill Austin. How stupid could these people be? You got one idiot named Lakeisha something. I can't even explain the level of foolery of this individual lying on YouTube every day for clicks and views. And her audience is so dumb that they keep watching. She literally denied the facts and said that Karmelo did not stab Austin, that he was set up. When you got all these witnesses.
All right, just stay on the phone with me, okay? Because you're right there with him. I'm sending paramedics to help you now. Stay on line to exactly what to do next. Is the knife still inside of his chest?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm keeping you on the phone, okay? Like I said.
He was asked, was the knife still inside his chest? What knife? The knife that Karmelo used to kill Austin Metcalf. Karmelo threw the knife down. The knife still had Austin's blood on the knife, guys. He ripped open his flesh and the knife entered his heart, releasing all the blood. All of it. Imagine your car. Imagine your engine on. And you open the engine oil filter while the car is running. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be a mess. A big mess. Okay, that's exactly how it was when Austin's heart was open. and all the blood began to flow.
I'm going to tell you to stop the bleeding. Listen carefully to make sure we do it right, okay?
Okay.
Get a clean, dry cloth or towel and tell me when you have it.
Hey, we need a clean, dry cloth or towel. We need a dry cloth or towel. We have an AED here.
Okay, we want to get this bleeding stopped if we can. Is he breathing at all right?
There was nothing you could do, guys, because at this point, the dispatch person don't understand exactly the magnitude of the problem. He was stabbed in his heart. There's no coming back from that. There is no way to stop that blood. He's done.
We get the bleeding stopped. Dry cloth or towel. I'm on the phone.
Okay. Is he breathing?
He is not.
Okay, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the floor or ground and remove anything under his head.
Everything where?
Then flat on his back,
Oh,
nothing under his
he's
head.
breathing right now.
He's
Big
breathing?
time, he's breathing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you have a towel
We got an
for
AED
it?
connected. I'm sorry?
Do you have something that we can use to control the bleeding?
Yes, we have like sweatpants that
Okay,
have
that's
pressing on
perfect.
the chest.
Place it right on the wound and press down firmly. Do not lift up to
Press
look.
down firm.
It's going to hurt it,
Keep
but you got to
pressing down.
push, okay?
Oh,
We
yes,
gotta keep
they
that
just removed
pressure
for... Okay.
And don't take it off, okay?
Okay, he only took it off because it just advised the shock, so we did a shock to his chest.
Okay.
There you go, Austin. Yeah.
He's trying.
Are there
All his friends are there. The medical folks are there. His friends are crying. Everybody's in shock. They're watching Austin's life get released from his body because of the evil of Karmelo Anthony. And the black community supports Karmelo. I want you guys to understand the black community supports killers. Imagine that. This kid is in the rain, a kid who had his whole future ahead of him, a kid that was set to graduate. Instead, he was put underground.
officers there with you yet?
I think they have the assailant. There's some coaches pinning them down.
Okay, where are they at?
They are really close to where the victim is. They're like 5 yards away on the track. There's some police here.
Okay, well, have them down, please, and show them where the assailant is, okay? What's your name?
Hey, that police officer needs to come down here.
What's your name?
Robert there.
Okay, let me know when the officer's with you. I'm not hanging up until he's with you, okay?
Okay.
What is the person that you think is the assailant? What do they look like?
Hey, was that the kid that? Hey, that wasn't him? Somebody else?
That wasn't him?
Centennial kid? No, it was a kid from another school. They know the kid.
Okay, so he's not the one who's...
They said it was a kid from another school. You see that? But yet you got YouTubers claiming that Karmelo didn't do it. That's how stupid these YouTubers are. They're playing dumb. And they're dumbing down their viewers. Imagine a YouTuber coming online, denying the facts, and now his audience is just as stupid as he is, denying that Karmelo did anything. That's what's going on social media right now from these idiots.
Dago?
No, the other kid I think was just freaking out, and they were just trying to contain him.
Okay.
They said that Karmelo was freaking out, and they tried to contain him. Why would a man be freaking out if it's self-defense? Because he recognized what he did. Once Karmelo stabbed Austin, the demon, the devil that was in Karmelo, that evil spirit, it left. And Karmelo woke up and his eyes opened and he realized what he did. Shout out to Jonah TV for the $10 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Said keep on, I guess he's saying keep on speaking the truth. Brother Ringo TV. Appreciate you sponsoring the work. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button, guys. Stop hating on the show. We got about 300 people viewing, only 176 likes. Let's get the likes to 300. Damn it, let's go.
I hear you. Let me know when they're with you, okay? Let me know until they're with you. Let me know if you stop breathing, okay?
Okay.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin. Come on, baby. Come on, you got this. Come on.
You have somebody named Shade Behind Shades. Let me do this real quick. Let me screen capture your comment because I'm going to do a video once all this nonsense ends with all this lawyer stuff. When Karmelo end up staying in prison, I'm going to do a video about your comment. Your comment is not going to age well. Do you understand me? Your defense of Karmelo is sick. You are showing how sick the black community actually is, guys. Let's go.
Okay, we got the suspect, okay? So you guys just focus on him, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Come on. Every once in a while, there's a break.
Let me ask you a question, shade behind shades, because it's funny how everybody's username, it literally explains who they are. You hide behind shades. You're a shade that hide behind shades. Let me ask you a question. If Karmelo Anthony killed your son, would you be online defending Karmelo? Answer the question. Answer the question. If your son pushed Karmelo and Karmelo stabbed your son in the heart and kill him, would you be online saying free Karmelo? While your family is grieving, their brothers and sisters is grieving, would you be online saying free Karmelo, you fucking hypocrite? You would not be celebrating Karmelo. But you're only doing it because you're a racist. That's what you are. A racist who hate white people. That's what you are. And I cannot stand you ninjas that are sitting around supporting a damn killer. Let somebody from the black community do that to one of my kids. You think I'm gonna be online saying free the killer? And they murdered my kid? But that's how sick the black community is. Sick! Let's get back to this content.
Come on.
I'm going to keep you with me, okay, until they're with you. Is he breathing still?
He's trying, yeah. We're doing compressions and giving him mouth to mouth.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, they're doing CPR on him.
Fight through.
Okay, just keep going, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
I can guarantee you that shades or whatever have a thug-ass son somewhere in these goddamn streets terrorizing the community. I can guarantee you, with your sick-ass mentality, you got some fucked up kid right now in the damn streets, probably already dead. Probably already got arrested. Probably got a felony. You probably raising a bunch of damn animals. I can guarantee you that you got kids that are reckless animals in these damn streets. Because ain't no way a good fucking parent is gonna have kids out here running these streets. No way. You got grown adults siding with a killer. How sick could you be? And you're wondering why there were no black jurors. Because they think just like you. They're partial in judgment. And they're the kind that would go on stand and let a killer walk free. Thank God for all those jurors that put Karmelo in prison. Thank God. $35 years is too little. They should have gave him 50. 50 years he should have got in the penitentiary. Let's go.
They're coming as fast as they can. Just keep me updated, okay?
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Fight through, baby. Fight through, Austin. Come on. Oh, you're doing good, Austin.
All right,
You're doing good. Analyzing. Hands off.
Yes, their hands off, advising a shock.
Okay. Do they still have that, this...
Let me see. Messi said, but if you can find the channel and be in the chat, you aren't blocked. Not sure if there was an issue with super chats. It happens time to time. That's YouTube. I'm not sure if somebody had some issue with a super chat or something. I'm not sure. I don't even see the person you're talking to. Gene, what? Lay? I don't even see nobody in the live chat. Wait, I see somebody with a chat there. It says, hey, it said I want, let me send Cash App or Super Chat. I don't know. Let me get back to the content. Figure out whatever you're trying to figure out. I don't know.
And for the stab wound too, to keep it from bleeding.
They have some dry phosphorus right now, and then they're putting this.
Notice how people saying keep your hands to yourself. Those are the type of people that would kill your kids, guys. When you see black folk in the live chat saying keep your hands to yourself, what they're basically saying is that if you touch a black person, they have a right to kill you. That's their mindset. And you're wondering why there's so much death in the black community. You never see black folk fighting this hard against black on black crime. You never see it. It's laughable in the black community, guys. When I tell you, in a predominantly black community, people die all the time. You never see the community coming together for the family of the victim. Never. Only the people that are probably real close, they might come to offer the family condolences and support. At the same time, you never see the community search for the killer. They never protest. You don't see Ben Crump. You never see Ben Crump and all of these civil rights grifters, because all of them are full of shit. And I'm a black man telling you this. I don't believe in none of those civil rights, so-called leaders, if you want to call them that. All of those guys are grifters. All they want is money. They don't care about the black community. They live off the black community. The black community don't have leaders. We're taught to raise athletes, people that are the next Kobe Bryants and the next Michael Jordans, entertainers, rappers. We don't have leaders in the black community. Blacks are not taught to grow up to become a leader. They're taught to be an entertainer. They're taught to throw a football or a basketball. That's what we're taught. We're not taught to be leaders in positions of power where we can make change. We're not taught to do that. You understand? So when you see Karmelo in this situation, you have a bunch of civil rights people coming up talking about, oh, we're going to look at the case. You have a bunch of so-called ninjas that come on social media celebrating that all of these attorneys came together. Where the fuck were those attorneys in the beginning? Where were those attorneys in the beginning when the case was going on? When the family needed an attorney? Where was this pro bono service? They were not there for it. You know why? Because they already knew Karmelo was going to prison. All of those attorneys are doing is clout chasing off of the situation to bring attention to their law firms. That's all. It's a grift. That's all it is. They're using this publicity to get their names out there. That's all. Because there's nothing that they're going to find. Nothing. You know why? Because everything was done by the books. And because black people are not educated, they don't even know what jury of your peers mean. Jury of your peers does not mean having people that are black on the jury stand. A jury of your peers are people from the community. You understand? And to be honest, in that community, it's way more whites than blacks. And the blacks that were selected to be on jury, they were saying stuff like, well, I can't picture myself sending a black man to prison. Well, once you say that, you get pretty much removed from jury. You understand? You can't be on a jury list if you're biased and partial in judgment. A jury of your peers are selected people from the community, whether they're white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. People from the community that can judge you, that are impartial, that are able to look at the facts. And if I was in a situation where I'm on trial for murder, I want no black people on the jury. Let me make this publicly clear. If Ringo TV was on trial for any sort of crime, I don't want no black jurors, because you folks can't fucking judge. You don't have no sense of facts, no morals, no values, nothing. Put anybody else on the jury stand but you folk. Because when you get on the stand, you will lie. You will lie, because we're seeing it in the public right now. You are defending a killer. With all the facts that are out there, you deny facts. You deny evidence. You deny testimony. You deny receipts. You deny footage to the point where you create new narratives. I don't want you folks defending me. No. Bring me some Asian folk, some white folk, some Indian folk, some Russian folk. Put them on the stand. Put intelligent people on the stand that's going to judge me properly based on the facts. That's what I want. I don't want so-called black folk on the jury list because you're going to lie. Because in your mind, you believe that Karmelo was sent to prison because he didn't have no black jurors. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. You had a white man that was sent to prison for 20 years and there was no black jurors. It was all white and mixed races on the jury. Not one black person was there. And you had a white man that was sent to prison for 20 years for killing a black man over a handicapped parking spot. Look up the news story on that. An all-white jury sent that white man to prison for 20 years. Well, if it's a racist system, why did they side with the so-called white guy and say to hell with the black guy? No, they recognized that the black man was murdered and they put the white man in prison. But when it comes to this situation, you got a bunch of racist blacks going around YouTube saying that Karmelo didn't get a fair shake because there was no black jurors. You don't need a black juror. I'd rather have a jury full of people that believe in the facts, that would judge me properly, not based on skin color, not based on religion or sexuality or any sort of goofy stuff, but because of the facts. That's a jury of your peers. A jury of your peers is not somebody who look like you, dummy. Shout out to Wong for the $5 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says these Melo supporters don't care about truth. Even when he says he was wrong, he did it, etc. On the police cam. Salute to Ringo. God bless. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And this is why the black community is not respected on social media. It's because we lie all day. We lie too much. We're constantly embarrassing ourselves on social media. Absolutely sick. Now, let's get back to the call. Let's go.
Putting the sweats on top here and the compressions.
Perfect.
Come on.
Did it shock him again or no?
Yeah, it didn't advise.
Come on.
I cannot stand black people that keep talking about white supremacy. Get a fucking job. I cannot stand you ninjas. Always talking about white supremacy, white supremacists, the white man. Get a job. Get a damn life, for crying outside. Get a life and find something to do with your time rather than worrying about white people all day. They not thinking about you, ninja. They not. Get a job. Every time you see these so-called folks in the live chat talking about white supremacy, these are the same ninjas that live in a predominantly black community full of crime, drugs, and violence and gangs. Nothing but gangs. Every predominantly black community filled with drugs, gangs, and violence. Drugs and violence. That's all you see. You understand? Let me see if I can do this real quick. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can do this real fast. I didn't even plan this, guys. I did not plan this. But let me see if I can do this real quick, because these people are getting on my damn nerves with their bull crap. But let me see if I can pull this up. Give me a minute, gang. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, I got to go download it. Okay, I'm going to download it because I want to show you. I want to show you this, guys. I want to show you the black community, right? Let me do this real quick, because sometimes you got to give them a taste of what they look like to the public, right? So let me do this. Hit that like button, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. So, okay. Give me a minute. Let me download this video real fast, because I'm going to do a separate video with this so I can talk about the violence and the crime and the evil that's going on right in the black community. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying nothing about it. It's perfectly fine. It's cool. It's good. Because it's the black community, right? Okay, let me show you this, guys. Let me put this on the screen. Give me a minute. Okay, where's the video? Where's the video? Alrighty, righty. Okay, here we go. Let's get this on the screen. Now, let's get this on the screen. And I want you to see this, right? I want you to see the black community. While everybody's talking about free Karmelo, right? Let me show you the black community. Let me show you the black community so we could get this thing out into the public, because you got enough problems in the black community to be dealing with. Y'all don't deal with it. Instead, y'all dealing with stupid stuff. Now check this out, gang. Check this out. Let me do this. Give me a minute. Where is it? Option. Advance. Okay, wait a minute. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, as you can see, you're at the projects, right? You see this? This is the black community. I don't see no white man. I don't see no Klansman. I don't see none. Now watch this. Black community. I don't see no white man. I don't see no Klansmen. I see black folk doing this. Watch this. You got black men standing around with cameras. You don't see these black men working. You don't see these black men breaking anything up. You got this black girl here in her diaper in the black community doing this. You got another black girl with a pole in her hand, not against the white man, against the black man. You got black people doing this, but all of those so-called ninjas in my live chat talk about this. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about this, guys. Talk about this. Look at how they're dressed. Look at what they're doing. Nobody's working. Nobody's getting educated. Talk about it. Look who's fighting who. Are they fighting the white man or are they fighting each other? That's the black man and woman fighting each other. Do you see that? They call them queens, but look at them. Look at them, guys. Look at this. This is what they do. You see this? This is evil. This is what's happening every day in the black community. And yet none of these YouTubers talk about it. They don't talk about this. Look at this. Like a bunch of animals, guys. Look at this. This is the animals that you see in the community. This is what they're doing. This is what's going on, gang. This is what's going on. You see their house number, all ghetto, in the hood. This is what they're doing. And yet, they get mad at me for speaking this truth. But instead, you're talking about free Karmelo. And you got all that trash in the community committing acts of violence every day. And nobody's talking about it. How come y'all not going to the black community, breaking up those fights? Think about that, guys. When you speak on these issues as a black man, you get hated by the black community. You know why? You know why? Because accountability is their kryptonite. They hate accountability. They want to blame everybody else for their fucking problems when they got all their own problems to deal with. No fathers in the damn home. Imagine Karmelo had a father and his father wasn't even in his life. Imagine that. All those animals in the street doing all that evil, and you got black men filming with their cell phones rather than breaking it up. But y'all over here talking about free Karmelo, and you got all that violence in the black community. Where the black men at to break all of this animalistic lifestyle up, all this ghetto trash? But yet, you want to talk about free Karmelo. And you got all this violence in the black community that we got to see. And I know a lot of you black folk that still live in the black community, you can't stand it. And I'm talking to the working class, the educated. They're educated amongst the black people that still live in these predominantly black communities where there's gangs, violence. I know you cannot stand it either. Every day you got to go to work. You got to see these animals every single day. And you're working on trying to get out. You're working, you're saving your money, you're trying to get out of debt, you're trying to get a house, you're trying to do this, you're trying to get a better life, a better apartment, and a better community. Shout out to you black folks that are educated, working, trying to do what you gotta do to get the fuck out of them damn zoos. Who the heck would want to live around that mess? Who would want to live around this type of filth? Imagine looking out your window, seeing this mess. Imagine as a mother trying to raise your kids, trying to raise your daughters, and your daughters gotta be around these bullies. These are bullies. These are bullies. But nobody's talking about that. It's not profitable on social media to talk about the truth. Think about this. These are daughters, people's daughters. And yet look at what they're doing outside. And the mothers condone it. Imagine this. And these are the very same young ladies that get pregnant by black men. These are the kind of women you guys get pregnant and have babies with in the ghetto. And you have a cycle of madness and delusions. And you wondering why white folk don't want to live around you. You wondering why? Y'all think it's because they racist? No, they don't want to be around this mess. Nobody don't want their kids to be around this. Violence and drugs and no. They got more morals and values to be around this garbage. You could get mad at me. You could say whatever you want. I don't care. I'm speaking facts. And those of you that are black who know what I'm talking about, you know. Those of you that still live in the projects, I came from the fucking projects. So don't tell me I don't know what it's like. I lived in the projects. I lived in the hood. Many different hoods in New York. Brooklyn, New York. You understand? In the hood, in the trenches. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I understand the mind of the ninja. I understand how usins are. You understand? It is not pleasant to live around guns and violence and drugs and gangs and shootings and stabbings every damn day. And you got kids? No. Nobody want to live around that mess. The only black folk that are defending this garbage are the ones that live in that environment and condone it. But you never see black folks literally fighting against that. You don't see that. Nope. Let's see what we got. Shout out to Jonah TV for the 5. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, yup. Them two fighting each other. Keep on speaking the truth, brother. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Shout out to Wong again for the 5. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, look at them in the chat, Ringo. They hate the truth, brother. Keep doing God's work. Of course. I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to keep doing the work because I know the work irritate these damn demons. See, the true enemy to the black community is the black man. It's not the white man. The black man is stuck in slavery. You're not enslaved no more. It's 2026. Get a job. Get a life. Stop worrying about the white man. The white man not thinking about you. You have a lot of black folk that are very successful doing their thing. You got a lot of black folk that live in white communities and they're doing pretty good for themselves. White folk are not thinking about you. You have a slave mentality, a victim mentality. And you keep listening to these influencers that keep talking about white supremacy, the white man, racist, all of that. I don't care about none of that stuff. You understand? I got a life to live. I got bills to pay. I got kids to raise. I don't got no time to be worrying about what white people are doing, what Asian people are doing, or what they think about me. I don't care. You understand? After this live, I'm going and work out. I'm going to the park. I'm going to work out and get my mind right. I don't got no damn time to be worrying about no white supremacy. I don't care about that garbage. That stuff not paying no bills. But these influencers have influenced the black community to think like slaves. That's why you're at the bottom. Talk about that video. Talk about the black on black violence every day. Talk about all the shootings in New York, the shootings in Chicago, the shootings in LA. Talk about the killings, the gang violence, the murders. Talk about that. Black on black crime. Talk about it. You don't see nobody talking about it. They don't care. The only time black folk come together is when it involves a black and a white. And then y'all want to act like y'all living in the damn 20s. Talking about, yeah, you know, they're oppressing us. Man, I don't want to hear none of that garbage. Ain't nobody oppressing me. Shout out to Robert for the $10 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. These people can't handle the truth when it comes to topics like this. Keep cooking, Ringo, definitely. That's why they hate me. Think about this, fam. These very same black folk will unalive me. Think about that, guys. Imagine if I was on the street corner preaching this truth in the black community. They'll kill me, fam. That's how violent these animals are. They will kill me. They will unalive me and think they were doing God a favor. That's how they are. 100% violent, guys. That's how they are. I'm showing you guys. All I got to do is show you video proof of what's going on in the black community. And I'm going to start to make a plethora of videos showing you everything that's going on in the black community. Y'all worrying about the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. I'm going to show you yourselves. I'm going to show you an image of yourself. I'm going to show you what's going on in the hood every day. You understand? It's nothing but violence and death. And the black community not standing up for it. You guys that see drug dealers, you don't walk up to the drug dealer and say, hey, bro, you can't be selling drugs in the community no more. You don't do that. You know why? Because you're a coward. You're not going to walk up to the drug dealer because you know what's best for you. You know the drug dealer will unalive you because you're scared. That's why you don't say nothing. You see? But you'll come online to hate me because I'm standing up like a man, speaking the truth. This is why the black women don't respect black men, because you black men ain't shit. You don't have no backbone. You don't even take care of your damn kids. You don't even support your kids. That's why the black women don't respect you. You got a lot of black women that are traumatized because of the way you treat them. You're not leading nothing. You're not building nothing. You're not doing a damn thing. And I'm talking to the black men that ain't doing the work. The black men that are out here raising their families, shout out to you. The black men that are out here staying out of trouble, going to work, hey, shout out to you. I'm not talking to the good brothers. I'm not talking about the men that are about their business. I'm talking about these damn ninjas that ain't shit, that are on social media talking about the white man all day when they don't even got a damn job. It be these same broke ninjas online living with their damn mama, begging their girlfriend for $5 that are sitting online talking about the white man all day. These dudes don't even got a car, don't even got a damn license, don't even got a place to rest their head. Talking all this garbage. Half of you ninjas live off your woman. How is it that the black woman always seem to find an apartment? How is it that the black woman always getting an education? Why is it that the black woman seem to always got a job and the black man always under her skirt trying to live off of her cereal box? Imagine I'm speaking the truth and I'm hated by black people. I don't see the white man hating me. I see the black man hating me. You know why? Because you don't got nothing going on in your life. Half of you black men that hate me are mad because you're not man enough to speak the truth. A lot of you ninjas never even visit your kids, but you're talking about free Karmelo. You talking about free Karmelo and you won't even visit your damn kids. Half of you don't spend no time with your children. You don't spend no time with your daughter. You don't spend no time with your son. When was the last time as a black man you threw a football to your son? When was the last time? But you got all this energy to be online talking about free Karmelo. Why don't you go to the prison where Karmelo's at and visit him and tell him how much you love him? Why don't you put some money on his books? Why don't you go do that as a black man? Go do it. None of you influencers on YouTube have yet to visit Karmelo. None of you put thousands. Where's Willie D Lie at? Yo, Willie D, where you at? Hypocrite, all you do is gaslight the people, rage bait the people. When did Willie D Live go visit Karmelo? Never. When did he send money for Karmelo? Never. None of these influencers care about Karmelo. They're using Karmelo to make money. That's it. And they do it by lying to the people. I'm the only one speaking the truth. And you got these paid crisis actors rising up in my live chat talking about, oh, this guy is gaslighting. This guy is this. Man, fuck you. You ain't out here doing this work. I've been dedicating to speaking this truth since the beginning when YouTube started. You ninjas don't got the backbone to lead the community. You ninjas don't got no voice. You don't got no platform. Your own baby mama don't respect your ass because you ain't nobody. Your damn kids don't even respect you because you're not a father, you're not a leader, and you're not a provider. Just a damn animal with a felony. Problem with the black community is we don't got no fathers in the home to kick ass. We don't got no fathers in the home to put foot to ass. We don't got no fathers leading. That's why these young men outside committing crimes. That's why these kids are outside holding these guns, shooting each other, because there's no daddies in the home. There's no mothers in the home. Nobody's leading nobody. You understand? Nobody's raising these kids. None of them. All we got is a bunch of grifters on social media. Where's the leadership? Where's the leadership? You wondering why there's black fatigue? Because every other ethnic group on the planet is tired of black folk. Tired of this ninja culture mentality where we just commit crimes and violence and we just defending killers. It's sick. Absolutely sick. Where's the black preachers? Where's the black preachers, gang? Where's all these pulpit preachers? Where's Creflo Dollar to talk about this injustice? Where's Dr. Leroy Thompson to talk about this injustice? The only ones that spoke truth to power about this situation that is a black preacher is David Manning. I don't rock with none of these preachers, by the way, but David Manning, he spoke fire against the black community. Craig G. Lewis, he spoke fire against the black community. Against this situation. Those are the only two that I know of thus far that spoke against this evil. All these other black pastors are not leaders. TD Snakes, he ain't speak about this. All he want is your money. All these black pastors, all they want is money. They don't care about the black community. When have you ever seen Creflo Dollar at the projects in the black community? When have you ever seen TD Jakes at the projects in the black community in Chicago? When you ever seen TD Jakes in New York at the projects? When? When have you ever seen Creflo Dollar in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn? When have you ever seen him in Fort Greene? When have you ever seen him on Flatbush preaching to the youth? They don't care about none of us. They care about money. That's it. Money. We be exploited by our own people. Y'all want to talk about the other nations all day? Black people exploit black people. We don't got leaders. We got leeches. Everybody's living off of us. We're always getting bamboozled, always getting hoodwinked. And you wondering why we got so many problems. And half of you so-called women in the live chat, you don't even got a man in your life. You don't even got a husband leading you. None of you! You're raising your kids by yourself, and you don't even have God in your life because you won't repent of your sins. You're full of evil, just wicked hypocrites, full of dead men bones and all uncleanness. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin.
All right, tell them they're doing really good, okay? Just keep going for me. If they need to switch out, make sure they do, okay? If they get tired, we're going to switch,
They are, yes.
okay?
They have.
Perfect.
Yep. EMS has just arrived. They're walking on the scene.
Okay, let me know when they're with you, okay?
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
They're walking over here right now.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin. Push through. Push
You
through.
did really good.
EMS here. Yes, you're walking up. Come on.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You did really good.
Push through. Push through. Push through. Push through. Push through.
Are they
Come
with
on.
you?
It was,
Come on. Come on.
I'm going to do a video reaction to Craig's video because I ain't going to lie. Craig G. Lewis is an OG on social media. Even though he have his church, he been speaking against the false prophets and stuff like that. I didn't really follow his ministry, but I cannot deny that he been putting in the work, speaking against the liars and the false prophets and all of them for a long time, just like me when I started on YouTube in 2006. But I haven't even watched any of his content in damn near years and years and years. But I came across a video where he spoke about this situation, and he obviously he understand that the church is under witchcraft. The church is demonic. The black community is sick right now, and he's not afraid to speak the truth. That's just the way it is. That's why he don't have a so-called mega church with millions and millions of followers. Because when you speak the truth, you're not going to have a big following. You know, just people might look and be like, oh, you got 200,000 subscribers. 200,000 subscribers don't mean nothing. It's about who's watching your show. You understand? People typically gravitate to lies. When you see YouTubers grifting, talking about the Karmelo case, lying, and they got 1,000 people watching, 2,000 people watching, it's because they're lying. They're telling black people what they want to hear. Think about this, guys. Think about the ninjas that are in my live chat that are Karmelo supporters. If I was online saying, free Karmelo, I'll have so much love, so much support. Them same NPCs will be super chatting saying, yo, keep rocking, Ringo. Yo, we got you, dog. Hey, yo, salute to you, Ringo. Why? Because I'm kissing their ass. I'm telling them what they want to hear. So YouTubers understand how to grift. They know the game. If they can kiss ass, if they can tell people what they want to hear, that's how you get the support of the NPC. So to all you Karmelo followers and supporters of Karmelo, the reason why these YouTubers are telling you what you want to hear is because they know that you're a robot. They're just grifting off of you. You're being bamboozled and don't even know. See, I have honor, so I can tell you the truth. If I wanted to make money off of just this Karmelo situation, to lie, because I don't make money from this unless people support via Cash App or Super Chat. I don't earn nothing. You understand? I don't get the views that I deserve. But if I want to get views, all I got to do is tell you what you want to hear. All I got to do is say free Karmelo. All I got to do is make videos every day saying Karmelo didn't do it. Karmelo's an innocent man. They keep attacking the black man. White supremacy. I cannot stand these white folk, man. They just out here pulling a black man down. If I talk that talk, I'll have major support from the black community. Because why? All I got to do is lie. Because I know you're stupid. You believe anything you hear. And you don't understand that most of these YouTubers that are siding with Karmelo, they're just doing it for the money. That's all. Because they know you're stupid. You follow their videos because you think that they're fighting for Karmelo. None of those YouTubers can free Karmelo. Have it ever dawned on you guys, all of those YouTubers that are lying about the Karmelo case, all of those YouTubers that are making videos every day, making up new updates, new this, none of those YouTubers can free Karmelo. Karmelo already been judged. Karmelo's doing 35 years. So all those videos they're making is never going to do anything for Karmelo. They're just making money. And you're so stupid, you keep watching them. You understand? Because they're not making sense. I make videos to debunk the lies. I make videos to speak the truth. You got a family that lost a son and they're grieving. And the black community is laughing at Austin. You got black people making rap songs, guys. They're making rap songs mocking the death of Austin Metcalf. You got black people having online memes and online challenges called the Stab Challenge. And they're saying that they should have got his brother too. That's what they're saying online, guys. Black people are doing this. Sick. That's their mindset. Let's go. Hit the like button.
They're about 15 yards away. They're walking.
Come on, bro. Go ahead, Engine 1.
Okay, they're walking up to us right now.
Okay, I'll let you go. Good job, Robert.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
If I was singing Karmelo's praise, all of those trolls in the live chat would be literally super chatting me. They would be supporting the show. They'll be hitting the like button. They'll be big fans. Most of them are fans, to be honest with you. That's why they're here. They really are fans. They just hate me. They like to hate me. I'm not even reading their comments. I'm just doing my job. That's it. I don't got time for all that goofy stuff. Let's go. So let me get back to the footage now, guys. Let's get back to the footage of the field because we got more to do. And then after this, I got to head on out, go do my workout. It is what it is. Let me see. Okay, let me take this off and get back to the video. So now, as you see, guys, this is the video. In the middle, you see the coach pretty much is with Karmelo. They're attending to Austin on the left side of the screen. So now at this point, law enforcement is coming in to take Karmelo into custody. Right? So now he's talking with some more people. I wish we had audio on that conversation, guys. I really wish we had audio on that conversation. Because at this point, it's like, man, I could just only imagine what they were saying. So they're going to put Karmelo on his knees. You see him on his knees. He just bent down and they're basically trying to figure it out. They're going to now walk him over to where the exit is to get him into the patrol car, because at this point, he's the guy. He is the guy everybody been pointing out. Shout out to Floridine Rollo for the 10. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, when you speak the truth, only about 3% of black folks support. That's crazy. I know. They support the show. The liars get 3.5% funds. They love sin and will stay at the bottom forever. When you win, you let them be great. Great breakdown, Ringo. Appreciate you sponsoring the show again. Shout out to Floridine Rollo. So guys, at this point, Karmelo is in major hot water. They're pretty much talking with him like, look, you're done. Do you realize what you did? You're in a lot of trouble, kid. Everybody's walking around like that's the kid that did it, a black kid. Imagine all these white people, all these different ethnic groups came to the stadium to see their kids. And who had to ruin it? A ninja. A ninja decides to come in and do this. A ninja, an animal, ruined the day. Everything canceled because of him. And people get mad at me because I say ninja. And I don't care what you feel. Only idiots support killers. If you're black, you're supposed to be against this. Now, you see them at the gate, guys. Now, I edit the video to make it blend right in to where those guys were. Because it's going to blend right into the body cam. Now, they're going to start walking. And I'm going to show you where they were walking at right there by the fence. Because other YouTubers are not showing you all of this. They're lying to you. You see them walking?
If somebody is shooting the victim, they need to be over there.
Under a memorial tent.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me.
Right there.
Dispatch 443. I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium.
And let me also say this, because you got idiots who are going around saying, oh, the body cam had the wrong date and time. Who cares? It means that the body cam was not calibrated to pretty much post the time. You all act like you're dumb and stupid. When you buy products or if you get certain devices, you have to set the time. Everybody knows this. You understand? So let's stop going around talking about, oh, the time is not the same time. So when did this happen then? Because it happened the same damn day. Because you got videos that got the time and it got the correct time. And it's all on the same day. So stop being dumb.
All right. Any weapons on you like that? Go ahead. I'll look here.
Four, copy, I'll be en route.
Help me, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Go over here.
447,
I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay, bud?
You got YouTubers making videos claiming that Karmelo did not stab Austin. That's how sick they are on social media, guys. I don't know why you viewers keep watching YouTubers that lie to you. Something got to be wrong with you mentally, because I can't stomach that crap. I can't even stomach making videos reacting to their content, but I got to because they are lying to the viewers.
Dispatch 443, everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
You got YouTubers going around saying that Karmelo never confessed to stabbing Austin. This is how dumb these people are, guys. They're literally going around saying this. They're saying that when Karmelo said, oh, I'm not alleged, I did it, that he never confessed to stabbing Austin. That's how stupid they are. And this is black folks that are doing this.
Received. Everyone else can slow down.
One second.
Suspects detained and handcuffed.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's going to be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there.
Received.
This is the alleged suspect. All right, bye.
Dispatch is 432.
Okay.
He said, I'm not alleged, I did it. That's what Karmelo said. Karmelo said, I'm not alleged, I did it. But YouTubers are going around on social media claiming that Karmelo never admit to stabbing Austin. That's how sick they are, guys. That's what they're doing in today's day. It's crazy what we got to deal with. Let me see if I could put this on the screen too. Give me a minute. Watch this. Let me do this because we need to hear other angles of that. Watch this. Let me get the volume. Okay. Let's get that volume. Okay. This is another angle. You see that? No, notice that has the date on it, guys. for the dummies. Notice that has the date. The correct date is on that person's body cam for the stupid idiots that go around talking about, well, the footage, it didn't have the right date. Look at the tape. Listen.
This is the alleged suspect.
Okay. No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged. I did.
Okay.
He said, I'm not alleged. I did it. I'm not alleged. I stabbed him. You see the date? The date is right on the video for all the idiots that was talking about, oh, the other video, it didn't have the correct date and time, so it's not real. That's how stupid people are. I showed you another angle of the body cam thing from somebody else. And Karmelo said, it's not alleged. I did it.
I'm not alleged. I did.
Okay.
I'm not alleged. I did it. Listen again.
I'm not alleged. I did.
Okay.
You hear that? I'm not alleged. I did it.
Alleged. I did.
Okay. We'll be there in a minute.
Wow. And the black community is still in denial. Still trying to harbor a criminal. Still defending one of Satan's kids. How sick could you be, fam? The man admitted to stabbing Austin, but black YouTubers are saying he never admitted to stabbing him. He just said that he did it. Well, did what, dummy? Stab. Well, he never confessed to, he never did that. So, I don't know why they're saying that he did it. I mean, when it comes to our people, man, they deny facts. They deny evidence. They deny everything, man. And it's really, really sick. Very, very sick. Shout out to RS11. Shout out to you for the $10 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Thanks to those of you who contributed to the work. All right. We really appreciate you guys because we normally don't get no support for speaking the truth. We get hated for speaking the truth. Speaking the truth gets you hated on social media from black folk. They hate me with a passion, guys. They call me sellouts. They say that I'm working for white people, all of this other stuff. Even though I don't have no white friends, I'm not trying to mix mingle with white folk. I'm not even trying to mix mingle with black folk. I like staying alone. Anybody that actually know me, I always tell you guys, I don't have no friends. I stay alone. I don't hang with nobody. You understand? And I'm not antisocial. I just don't trust people. People are crazy. I'd rather stay home. I'd rather stay by myself. You understand? So all of that nonsense that everybody keep going around talking about, oh, he worked for the white man. He just trying to please white people. I'm not trying to do none of that stuff. I'm trying to speak the truth. You're just mad because I'm black and I'm speaking against Karmelo. In your mind, you think I'm a traitor because I'm not siding with Karmelo. That don't make no sense. So that's what we do in the black community. If somebody's black and they commit a crime, we side with them because they killed a white person. So what about when a black person kill a black person? What am I supposed to do? See, that's how hypocritical you are. You side with black people because they kill a white person. That makes you a racist. We complain about racism all day in the black community, yet we're racist. It's racist what we're doing. And we act like, oh, I'm black. As black people, we can't be racist because we're black. That don't even make no sense. You could be just as racist, you know? So, that being said, let's get back to the content.
What's right there? So nothing on your person at all?
No, sir.
Nothing?
No, sir.
Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me now?
No, sir.
Okay.
I have
I'm going to be out with
value in my phone.
Crazy.
I'm gonna
Imagine this guy dropped the murder weapon, dropped his bag, left everything at the crime scene and ran off. What did he expect to happen? And then gonna claim self-defense. Bro, Karmelo's family pulled a self-defense claim once they realized that Austin is dead. You understand? Once they realized he's dead, they knew that Karmelo's going to prison. Every attorney in the United States knew Karmelo's going to prison. There was no getting away from this. Because there's no self-defense, because Austin never came at Karmelo with a knife or a gun. And with all the black people that are defending Karmelo Anthony, what if Karmelo pulled out a gun and shot Austin to death because of a push? Are y'all gonna say that was justified too? Do you see how sick the black community is, guys? Because he's black, that's why they're siding with him. And it's not because he's innocent. He's guilty as hell. They just don't care. They want some get back on white people, which is pure racist. That's a racist spirit right there, and they don't even know. And you wondering why God didn't answer none of y'all prayers when it comes to Karmelo. All you folks was praying to God. Imagine how sick you gotta be to be praying to a holy God in regards to Karmelo when he's a murderer. When the Bible says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not bear false witness. But you folks are bearing false witness. You're lying. You're lying every day. And you praying to God. God is not hearing none of your prayers. None.
A little personal there, okay? Just to make sure.
My purse right there.
Okay.
You want me to get up now?
Come on. All right. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics.
I think he was analyzing.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
He put his hands on me. You heard what Karmelo said? Karmelo did not say I was jumped. Karmelo did not say I was jumped by a group of guys. Karmelo did not say I got punched in the face. Karmelo had no injuries on him, guys. Karmelo was never touched by Austin in a violent way. Do you understand? Never. That never happened, guys. This is Karmelo's face when he was arrested. You got YouTubers going around saying that Karmelo was jumped, that it was 4 against 1, 5 against 1, 6 against 1. They're just making up lies. Lies to keep the engagement on their videos up long enough to get that money. Look at this kid's face. Was he punched in the face? No. Do he have a busted lip? No. Is his eye swollen? No. Was his clothes dirty? No. But yet YouTubers claim he was jumped. A bunch of liars, all of them. They have no integrity, and God is going to punish all of you. I hope the money was worth it. Because in the end, you're going to all lose your soul. All you YouTubers that lied in this case, God is going to punish you. The money is not going to last long. Trust and believe it. So while you're thirsty and greedy for money, you've lied. And God knows you're lying for clicks and views. That's what they're doing it for, guys. Clicks and views. They do not care about facts. And this is why there was no black jurors, because they don't care about facts. Imagine if these YouTubers were on the jury stand. They would have sided with Karmelo no matter what, because that's their mindset. They're partial in judgment. They're biased. They already had their mind made up. You got Karmelo crying like a woman saying,
He put his hands on me.
Think about that.
I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
You see that? He never said Austin pulled out a gun. Austin pulled out a knife. Austin pulled out a razor. My life was in danger. Oh my goodness, I feared for my life. He said that he put his hands on me. That's not self-defense, dog. You going to jail. You going to prison, fam. But you got black people so dumb, they don't even know what self-defense mean. Think about his confessions. That's why they say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Let's play that back again.
He put his hands on me.
Think about what he's saying, guys.
I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to, but he put his hands on me. But then you pull out a knife and you stab him in the heart. That's not self-defense. And you got black people defending that, guys. Black people are defending murder.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
I don't know what happened.
Notice this. Karmelo asking her, is this self-defense? Did y'all catch that? Imagine this, guys. He's asking the cop lady, is this self-defense? He don't even know. Do you see that? Because his mind is running rampant at this point. His mind is running rampant. He don't know what to think. Let me rewind it back. I'm going to see if I can put the volume up. Let me go put the volume up a little bit more. Let me see. I didn't even have the volume on gain. Let me put it up a little more. Let me see. I put it up to about 7. Let's play it back.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, you heard that, guys? Y'all remember in my last video where I was like, the white lady had an attitude? Remember I said the white lady had an attitude? I thought she was talking to the cops. I thought the cops was saying something to her and she got offended. So my apologies to the officer. I retract my statements. It wasn't that she had a bad attitude. Karmelo asked her, could I plead self-defense in this? And the lady said, I didn't see what happened. That's crazy. Listen to it again. Let me see if I can fast put it where it was. Let's go.
Staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
I don't know what happened.
Wow. Wow. This ninja. Imagine how guilty you gotta be. Imagine how guilty you have to be, fam, to ask the officer, could you plead self-defense? You're already guilty because it was not self-defense. You're trying to find a loophole to see if you could get off. And you're wondering why he got 35 years rather than this case set for manslaughter. You wondering why? Because of what he's saying. Everything is being used against him in the court of law. And watch this, gang. I don't have the extra. There's more body cam footage because watch this. Watch this. Let me do this. Let's see.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing.
Now think about this, guys. That officer has her body cam.
I don't know what happened.
She said, I don't know what happened. So when when Karmelo said what he said, there's crystal clear audio of him saying that. That was also played in court, most likely. Of him saying, could I say in self-defense? You gotta, let me see if I can fine tune this thing, man. Let me see. Let me go to filters. Where is it? Noise suppression. Let me see. I don't know if it'll pick up with noise suppression, but let me see.
The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get.
I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing.
I don't know what happened.
I mean, I can hear it in my headphones. If you put on a pair of headphones, you can hear him clearly asking the officer. That's diabolical, because he's asking the officer, could he plead self-defense in a situation like this? That's crazy to be telling an officer that you're guilty. You're guilty already. Wow. Did any of these YouTubers pick that up, guys? Nope, because they're not trying to. They're not trying to pick that up. You see? They don't care. They're not trying to pick up the fact of what he's saying. Let me see. Wait a minute. Why this thing is not coming off? Give me a minute. Let me see. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Take that off. All right. Okay, here we go. Listen, to you ninjas that are in the chat that keep talking about me in a negative way, I don't care how many times you tell me what I am in a negative way. You cannot refute this truth. You look crazy. The more you talk, the more stupid you look. Karmelo's in handcuffs. He made a confession. He confessed to the murder. He had the murder weapon. He stabbed a kid, not in self-defense. He literally asked an officer, could he plead self-defense? How you gonna ask an officer, could I plead self-defense? The officer said, I didn't see nothing. She said, I didn't see nothing. Nothing. Now watch this, gang. Let's show you more evidence here. Let's go. Notice how this idiot said, Ringo got friends, they not black. I don't got no friends. I don't got black friends, and I don't want no white friends. I don't have no friends. Do you understand? I roll completely solo. Anybody that know me, anybody that watch me, know this is a fact. I am a 49-year young man. I don't give a fuck about friends, and I don't hang out with nobody. I like to stay home. I like to work out. I like to play my games and chill, and that's it. I don't need no friends. None. Let's go.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Okay. Let me do one more little check of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that?
Sir,
You good?
Then you got crazy people saying that Karmelo did not know what he was saying when he said, I did it. I mean, y'all all answering for Karmelo. Karmelo knew he stabbed Austin. He said, it's not alleged. I did it. I did what? I stabbed him. How stupid could people be? How could people be this dumb? You know? How could people be this dumb? Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Let's go.
You're just wearing one pair of pants?
No, I'm wearing some little underpants.
Oh, yeah. But no, it's not
Like,
pockets, so you're on
no, ma'am, I
pockets.
don't think so.
Okay.
What's your name, man?
Carmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
Show me out.
Okay.
Racing.
Check one more time on this side. Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head.
You got this idiot talking about fear for my life. It kind of reminded me of this video I got to react to where you had a white guy. He pretty much is getting a lot of hate mail from black people talking about they're going to pull up on him. And this guy, his whole background is filled with a bunch of guns. And he said he lives on a property line where you can't even come on his property unless you're going to get shot. And you got black folk online being gangster, talking about fear for their life. Now, notice this, guys. A ninja is telling me this. So what does that say about them, guys? They're violent. They love criminality. They like violence. They're criminals. They love killing people. That's what they do, guys. And you're wondering why nobody want to live around these animals. You're wondering why. Look at this dumb comment. Ringo has been compromised. Nigga, fuck you. I don't care about you. That's why I'm not around you. Why would anybody want to be around damn ninjas for, fam? You act like animals. You don't want to be civilized human beings. Nobody rock with you. This is what I'm saying. And guys, ask these people to let you see their kids. Quiet. Crickets. Ask them. Let me see your kids. Who are your kids? I bet you their kids have felonies already. I bet you their kids are in juvenile places and, probably in prison already. You're a bunch of damn cowards sitting online in the comment section, going crazy, losing their damn mind, defending a killer. But yet when I ask the question if Karmelo killed your brother, you can't even answer the question. To all you ninjas that are in the comments talking about free Karmelo, if Karmelo stabbed your brother to death, how many of you are going to be saying free Karmelo? And I'm talking to the ninjas that are in the live chat, the animals, the ones that belong in the zoo. How many of you that side with Karmelo, how many of you animals, you ninjas, how many of you would be saying free Karmelo if Karmelo stabbed your brother that you love to death because your brother pushed him? How many of you going to be singing his praises? Y'all can't answer the question because you're a bunch of racists. You're proving it more and more. You're proving it. You know, if Karmelo unalive your brother, you would want to unalive Karmelo. You ain't going to be saying free Karmelo. You sound stupid, dumb. And this is why there's black fatigue in the world, because we act like a bunch of animals.
Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Notice that. I see a little blood on your hands. I see a little blood on your hands, but yet you got YouTubers saying that Karmelo didn't stab Austin. Karmelo didn't do it. Well, if he didn't do it, why he got blood on his hands? Why Karmelo got blood on his hands if Karmelo didn't stab Austin, guys? But you're listening to these dumb YouTubers telling you this goofy stuff. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen. Give me a minute, gang. Let me see if I can get this thing real fast, guys. Where is it? Okay. I think this is it. No, that's not the one. Let me see if I can get this. Because I got to debunk some lies from another YouTuber. Later on, I'm going to do this. But how many of you folks are familiar with this demon on the screen? That lady right there on the side. How many of you are familiar? Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with that lady with the hat on, the blue hat. Because I got more lies from her I got to debunk. She's one of the biggest liars. Her, Willie D Live, all of these people are liars, fam. Pure lies. I got to debunk that woman later on. If you're following her platform, you need to just unsubscribe from that woman, fam. She's a demon, a straight narcissist. She's literally on social media talking about Carmelo Anthony didn't stab Austin. That she don't believe he did it. That's the type of stupid crap she's posting on the web, fam. Anybody that's following her is an idiot at this point. You just got to be a stupid person, because she had a lot of y'all hooked. And now it's like a lot of y'all waking up. My job is to wake y'all up. I'm the platform you're supposed to be following because I'm speaking the truth. Don't support these grifters that are literally dumbing you down. Because some of y'all are intelligent and you're watching her videos and you're watching the stupid crap she posts and you're saying to yourself like, look, lady, you bugging. Like you're literally bugging out. Like she's talking to you guys like you got no damn, no intelligence. Literally. Right? So now, let's get back to the content. Let's watch the officer talk about his hands having blood.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay?
A little bit of blood on his hand. The officer saw that blood. He took out his camera. He took a picture right away. Now think about it. How could blood still be on his hand? Because he was wiping that blood on his pants, fam. Do you see that? There's blood on his hands. Why? Because he already had blood on his hands. But he wiped it on his pants, most likely. But there's still more blood on his hands. If there's blood on Carmelo's hand, why that woman YouTuber claim that Karmelo didn't do it? If he didn't do it, how blood get on his hand? How you going to say that Karmelo was set up if blood is on his hand? To the stupid YouTube female that made that video claiming that Karmelo's innocent, that Karmelo didn't do it, Explain to the public, how could Karmelo have blood on his hands, right, if he didn't stab Austin Metcalf? Explain that to me. You understand? Because you got these damn trolls in the live chat talk about what I'm not speaking the truth, trying to deter viewers. You're not deterring no viewers. You're just keeping my engagement up. The longer you sit in my live chat talking shit, the higher my engagement is. So stay in the live chat. Think about these comments, guys. You got idiots. Tracy said, he's innocent. Imagine these lunatic nutcases in the chat, guys, saying that he's innocent when he got 30 years. Innocent in what way? This is the mental sickness black folk got, fam. And you wondering why there's black fatigue. You wondering why? Black folk are literally in a live chat saying Karmelo didn't do nothing. He innocent. He innocent. Imagine that mess. And then you have this other person named Shades of whatever. Hey, all Karmelo Anthony supports unsubscribe from Ringo. I don't care if you unsubscribe. Think about how stupid you sound when you say unsubscribe, right? Your dumb ass is sitting here watching me. But you talking about all such and such unsubscribe. I don't care about your subscription. Take your subscription and go fuck yourselves. I don't care. Do you understand me? I'm speaking the truth. I don't care who subscribe or who unsubscribe. I'm a man of the Most High. I'm a father first, and I'm going to speak this truth. I don't care. You can go recruit everybody. Unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Karmelo got 35 years, and there's nothing you could do about it. And see, here's the thing, guys. When you folks that rock with Ringo TV see people in the live chat saying all of y'all need to unsubscribe, all of you folks who rock with me, you supposed to be lighting up my live chat saying subscribe to Ringo TV. That's what you supposed to be doing. You supposed to send a strong message to the people that are watching. You understand? Notice you have another idiot in the live chat says, somebody said, aren't you a criminal, Donald? He's calling me by my government name, Donald. I mean, Ringo. He said, aren't you a criminal? Nope, I'm not a criminal. Never been arrested a day in my life. Never had a parking ticket. Never had a speeding ticket. So when you say criminal, that is called slander because I'd never been arrested a day in my life. Do you understand me? Matter of fact, even in the community where I live at, do you know they do criminal background checks, guys? Do you know if you're a criminal, you can't even live here? How many of you are black and you live in criminal, so-called communities where they do background checks? Put a 1, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you black and you live in a particular community. And in order for you to even live in that community, fam, they do background checks. You can't even live there. You can't even live there if you're a criminal. You got a bunch of felonies, this, and that. You can't live there. They wouldn't even want you there. But you got this damn person slandering my name. Why? Because they're projecting their life on me. No, sorry. I'm not a ninja like you. I'm a civilized black man. And you're an animal. Let's get back to the content.
All right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Karmelo?
Yes, Karmelo.
Let's see. Hold on one second.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know yet, man. Karmelo. C-A-R-A.
K-A-R.
K-A-R-M-E-L-O.
The reason why a lot of these people hate me, guys, is because I'm actually a productive father. I'm a father of 4 daughters, right? I'm a father, a girl dad, all girls, and they're mad about that. They're mad that I'm a provider, protector, a man of the Most High, a father, something a lot of these black men are not. You understand? They're jealous of that. Jealous. Do you understand? Absolutely jealous. And they're pissed off because I speak the truth about what's going on in the world. So they gaslight the viewers and try to make me out to be a bad guy. I'm this, I'm that, I'm all this negative stuff. I'm real. a real man, a real family, a real life. And they're jealous of it. Absolutely jealous of it. And shout out to Nicholas. Shout out to Nicholas. My wife had contacted me because, you know, she went with the girls to New York to pretty much visit grandmas and grandpa. And my wife told me that one of my subscribers met her at Chase Bank. That's right. So shout out to Nicholas because he said, tell him to keep up the good work. Saw your video the other morning. So shout out to Nicholas. He ran into my wife at Chase Bank in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to you. You have a dumb ninja in the chat still saying only seen you with 1 out of 4 girls, ninja. You just literally projecting the fact that you had a horrible life and, you know, you have baby mama, baby father drama. That's typical, guys. It's like in the black community, fam, they project on you, right, what their life is. In other words, they have a sorry life. Like that woman who's talking all that shit, I can guarantee you her baby daddy is not even none of her kids' life. And I can also guarantee that she got kids by multiple men. Just a sorry woman. She's just jealous, miserable in her 40s and miserable and mad at the world. Don't have no love in her heart and get no D at night.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Right? Let's see what we got. Shout out to MW for the 5. Says keep telling them the truth even when they don't want to hear it. No amount of evidence will ever persuade an idiot. Keep fighting, bro. That's right. Right? The only reason why that woman following my page is because she wants some D. That's why she's following D. Get it? Donald. She don't got no man, fam. If she had a man, she'll be home cooking for his ass. Let's get back to the content, fam. It is what it is. They talking about free Karmelo. Y'all sound crazy, man. Y'all sound real weird. Let's go.
M-E-L-O, Karmelo. What's your last name? A-N-T-H-O-N-Y. We're ready, when?
I'm gonna talk to her.
She gonna say everything is fake, fam. Her hair is fake, fam. That's what it is. Notice this, guys. It went from I'm negative, I'm a sellout, I'm all this stuff, then to I don't be with my daughters, to my locks is fake. Like everything with these people is a problem. Like nothing to them is. You folks are literally delusional demons. It don't even make no sense. Like oh my goodness. Imagine, brothers, imagine that's your woman. Imagine the level of stress you'll be under to be at home with a woman like that. And you're wondering why black men got to go to the gym and stay out of the way. With her dried up cooch. Nobody don't want to be around that mess. Got cobwebs on your cooch. You got to damn near go get Diddy lube. House dirty with roaches. You talking about free Karmelo. You better damn near free them roaches. You got a pile of damn water bugs, cockroaches, and rats in your apartment with your kids with pissy underwear on, dirty mattresses, room stinking, no food in the fridge. You don't got no time to be on social media talking about me, woman, when you got roaches. You better go get some Raid and Cascade. You better plant a bomb in that house and get rid of them damn roaches. You can't bring no man to the house to get it in when you got roaches. You have the nerve to talk about the judge, such and such Roach. Well, his name is Roach, but you got roaches. You talking about the judge's name is Roach when you got roaches. You got roaches living inside of your refrigerator. You got roaches on the outside, and when you open the refrigerator, they on in the inside. You got roaches in the freezer, roaches in the butter, roaches in the cheese. Roaches, when you open it up, they say cheese and you take a picture. You have no time to be online talking about me when you got a dirty tub, ring around the tub, your damn underwear in the tub. It's pessy, it's messy, it is stank, it's rank. Ring around the tub, ring around the toilet. You have some nerve when your kids are dirty. Got a dirty bedroom, dirty bathroom, dirty bedroom.
Come on now, dog.
Just stop it. Stop.
Come on, man.
Stop it. You come on over here, you gonna get roast. You come on over in this platform here, I'm gonna roast your ass. That's right. Now, let's get back to the content. Hit that damn like button.
You go to Emerson?
No, sir.
Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade?
You can't even eat honey smacks in her house because the honey smacks are not filled with the honey, it's filled with roaches. How many of you used to eat honey smacks when you was a kid? And then when you saw a roach, you looked at the honey smacks and you looked at the roach and you said, oh my goodness, they look the same. I stopped eating honey smacks when I was 5. I stopped when I went to my friend's house and I saw roaches. I said, my God, you eat what? That's honey smack? No, that's a roach. Because I asked him for some cereal, he poured out the cereal and roaches came flying out the cereal. Roaches with wings, roaches with Jordans, roaches wearing Nike sweaters. I said, I can't eat this mess. He was like, no, just take it out the box. Just take it out the bowl. It's all right. I'm like, take it out the bowl. It's a roach. He said, no, we just take it out the box. We just take it out the bowl. It doesn't matter. They're not going to bite you or anything. It's just a roach. I'm like, nah, bruh. Y'all bugging, man. My mom was like, you want some Honey Smacks for cereal? Some breakfast? And then, no, I don't want that cereal no more. You know, that's when I got King Vitamin. Y'all remember the cereal King Vitamin? The original Captain Crunch. See, those of you who don't know about King Vitamin, you didn't grow up in the right time. You know what I'm saying? King Vitamin was the #1 cereal, then came Captain Crunch. See what I mean? Well, anyway, I'm over there reminiscing on when I was a kid. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button.
Okay, no Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? Let me run this guy real quick.
Wow, somebody said, it's that ninja. It's that ninja. And also in the video, I forgot to stop it, where Karmelo asked the officer, is he gonna be okay? Is he gonna be okay? Referring to Austin Metcalf. So if you stabbed him out of self-defense, why would you be asking the officer, is he gonna be okay? Because what you fear is that he will die. That's what he feared. He feared that he's gonna die. And he knew that if he died, he going to prison for life. He already knew that already. You know? He already knew it. Absolutely sick, fam. Let me see. Okay. So that's about that for the footage, the full breakdown of everything in chronological order. And it's very clear based on the evidence of the video. This is what the court saw. So when you have these YouTubers lying, guys, y'all got to stop following these liars. They made enough money off Karmelo already, and they're still trying to squeeze the last bit of juice out of this case to get extra money. That's why they drop videos every minute, because they're trying to run the numbers up. They don't care about Karmelo. Karmelo going to stay in prison. Karmelo never coming home. That don't make no sense. Look at this. Somebody said King Vitamin is the knockoff. You weren't even born back then. I can guarantee you, you weren't even born. Because no person in their right mind would say something that stupid. You know? You don't even own the original Wheaties box with Michael Jordan. That's how I know you weren't even around. You know? But anyway, guys, based on the evidence and everything we presented here in the live, it's just unfortunate and sad that Austin Metcalf had to die in the way that he died. A kid that had his whole future ahead of him, a kid that stayed out of trouble, a kid that went there with the intent to be with his team. Instead, he was stabbed in the heart because an aggressive savage named Karmelo Anthony brought a knife to a sporting event rather than bringing a book or something to do productive. He brought a knife with the intent to kill. And Austin was stabbed at the top of the bleachers and he fell down all the way to the bottom. And they had to work on him while his body was in the rain. And then they end up moving the canopy down to the bottom to cover him while medical professionals worked on his body as he was choking on his own blood. And his blood painted the field as the rain water washed his blood on the field. And the tracks on the field area was filled with his blood. As Karmelo ran from the crime scene, dropped his weapon, backpack, everything, leaving a trail of evidence, fingerprints, you name it. And to see that his family never offered the Metcalf family an apology. They never made a public statement in regards to their son. Instead, they tried to demonize Metcalf Sr. as a racist when he's not a racist. He's just a man who is grieving the loss of his son. And it's just sick. It's sad. It's depressing. And I just don't like the fact that the black community keep labeling me as some sort of traitor when we're not even together. I'm speaking truth. If a black man commit a crime, he need to do the time. I'm not defending you because you're black. I'll defend you if you're innocent. I'll defend anybody if they're innocent, whether white, black, Asian. If you're innocent, I'll be there to defend you. I'll be there to defend your honor because I'm a man of truth. You understand? I live in a community with a lot of people, white, black, African, you name it. If I saw something happen to somebody's kids, I'm not going to stand there and just watch. I'm going to jump into action. If I'm outside and I'm just kind of chilling and I see a van pull up and a man rush in and grab one of them chilling and throw them in back of the van, I'm unaliving the driver. The driver is going to die. Do you understand me? And if you understand anything about the law gives me the right to take that person out. Why? Because they took a child. That child is going to be rescued. That child is not going to be able to be in a situation where they're going to end up getting unalive or sexually assaulted by a demon. And that is how you do as a man. You jump into action. It doesn't matter who the person is, their race, whatever. Now, of course, we live in a society and a time where we don't talk as a community. Whites don't talk to blacks. Blacks don't talk to whites. People just stay to themselves. Even in the community I live at, people don't talk with each other. Probably once in a blue here and there, but most people just mind their business. They just stay to themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not the same anymore. It used to be a time where communities talk with one another. People talk, neighbors talked. Now it's nobody talks with nobody. Everybody's afraid of one another. And it's because of what we see on social media, what we see in the world, and people are just tired. People are tired and they just rather be to themselves. That's why I roll solo. You understand? All I focus on is speaking the truth. I don't got time to lie. I don't got time to manipulate. When it comes to this case, Karmelo is 100% guilty. And anyone that is black that is defending Karmelo, shame on you. Because you are on the wrong side of history. You're defending a man because he's black, not because he's innocent. That makes you a sick racist. As I stated before, if Karmelo stabbed your mother because your mother was in the supermarket and Karmelo came and skipped the line and she pushed Karmelo, and Karmelo pulled out a knife and stabbed your mother in the heart, and she died, you would not be saying free Karmelo. You would not be saying free Karmelo when your mother asked him to get in the back of the line. He don't belong there. Get in the back of the line. You skipped the line. You would be horrified to know that people are out celebrating Karmelo if he murdered your mother. You are a hypocrite. You're a devil, and God is going to punish you. All of you who side with Karmelo will be punished by God in due time. Your family will suffer in due time, and you will reap what you sown. All of the mockery that you gave the Metcalf family, all of the lies and slander, all of the evil words you spoke, all of the mocking videos, you will be judged by God. I'm proclaiming your judgment, and I pray that God judge each and every one of you by the words of your mouth, all of the evil you uttered, all of the lies that you spoke, all of your celebrating of a life taken, all of that evil, you are going to reap what you've sown. You're not innocent, and you're not going to get away. Every one of you, to all you content creators that sided with Karmelo, that made money, that have the love of money, woe unto you. Your days are numbered. I hope that YouTube check was worth it. I hope that when you get that check, you enjoy it as much as you can, because when your judgment hit, you will remember this day. You will remember the day that you lied, that you manipulated and mocked the Metcalf family. Just because they're white doesn't mean that as a black man, I cannot stand for truth. I stand for truth no matter who a person is. When I crashed on my bike on the Brooklyn Bridge and I bust up my arm and was bleeding on the bridge, I didn't see black people coming to my rescue. I didn't see black people saying, do you need help and assistance? You know who was standing over me, asking, am I okay? Do you know who brought me a bottle of cold water? It wasn't black people. It was white people. They were standing over me. They was like, you need help? You want me to call an ambulance? They had cell phones out calling ambulance while black people had cell phones out recording me bleeding. None of the black folk walked up to me and offered to help me. None. They were walking by with their cell phones looking at me bleed. Do you understand? The ones who rendered aid were white folk. If I get in a car crash, God forbid, I don't care who come to rescue me. Whether they're white or black, I'm thankful. But it seemed like in the black community, we have a lot of black racists that hate white people, and they hide their racism. They hide their evil under their black skin, and they feel justified in treating other people like trash. You are the same people who complain about racism all day, and yet you're hateful yourselves. You're the same ones that cry victim, but yet you're the one protecting a killer from public scrutiny. You're the same folks that are saying free Karmelo when the evidence against him is staggering, shocking. If that's the case, you would say free Karmelo if he sexually assaulted a child. That means if Karmelo was accused of sexually assaulting a white 5-year-old girl, you guys would say free Karmelo, even though he's a pedophile. That's exactly what you would do. You would say free Karmelo if it was a white girl, a kid, a child. How sick could you be? How sick could you be, man? Shout out to Wong for the $2 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, peace out, Ringo. God bless, brother. Hey, appreciate that. God bless you too. Appreciate all of you that support the platform, all of you that rock with the truth, all of you that subscribe to the channel because you believe in what is right and you're tired of the lies. Shout out to those of you that believe in justice, those of you that believe in truth, the civilized amongst us. whether white, black, Asian, doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. If you believe in justice and truth, righteousness, then shout out to you. The kind of work that I do, guys, you don't get rewarded. You don't get praised. You don't get many pats on the back. It's a very lonely road to speak the truth, but it's something that I'm dedicated to doing because I know in due time I'll find my audience, my viewers that believe in the truth and want the truth. This is not a black channel. This is not a white channel. This is a channel where I react to videos, hence Ringo TV reactions. And I hold people accountable. I speak the truth. I break down videos, crime stories, to find the answers, to solve the case. There's a lot of stories I got to cover, a lot of things that I got to share. So I appreciate your support. Those of you that have good hearts, those of you that have compassion, empathy for the Metcalf family, that sympathize with their situation, shout out to you for being a human in such a dark world where people are evil and there's so much hate and division. At least there are still some good people in the world. That being said, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Catch you in the next video. Ringo TV Reactions salute you. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, Forever Studios, all the mods. I'll catch you all later on in the next video. All right? So we out of here, gang. I'm out. Peace and blessings. We out of here, guys. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.